Now, I know we say this quite often about so many of our guests, how excited we are for them to join us, and we are, especially being new kids on the block. But let me tell y'all something. When I tell y'all I'm so excited about our next guest, I want them both to be my new BFFs. Guys, I want you to please give a good Podsauce welcome to Sarah McDermott and Megan Nelson of It's Always the Husband.
Alicia and I have been talking for the last couple days. The excitement in this room over your podcast. We listen to a lot of podcasts, and that's not a joke. I mean, that's literally our job, so listen to podcasts. Yours really stood out for us. And I know Alicia is a huge, true crime fan. But then you add in this element of humor and sarcasm. It makes your podcast on a whole nother level. It really does. How did you guys come up with the concept to do funny true crime?
Thank you. That's, really, really nice to hear. That's really so kind of you. You really don't put true crime and, comedy together unless maybe you're a sociopath, I think, some sort of crazy person. But it's really how we just talk to each other about the shows we watch. And we are huge podcast fans. We've been, since Serial really kind of picked up, when people really had no idea what a podcast was. I remember watching Saturday Night Live and they did a Serial spoof. And I remember thinking, what is what is this that everyone is talking about? And we just became addicted. And then really that's how we talk to each other. How we talk on the podcast is we just speak to each other that way all the time.
We're foul-mouthed.
We are.
And incredulous most of the time. And it's just, we would watch and listen to, true crime stories. And then we'd be like, what the hell is wrong with this lady? Or, this guy is, complete crazy. And
a million red flags, but you still say, let's give it another chance.
And
let's keep going. Yeah.
We've had our own red flags too. So we like to talk about that. And we just totally missed them and kept on going with our poor choices.
Yeah.
And I was dying laughing just at the approach that you guys take with the shows that you're talking about. But you had this, I think it was that episode, because like I said, I've listened to like 6 of them, so they're all mumble jumbled in my brain. But I think the thing that resonates with me as far as why I love it, because I too, like Dax said, like I love crime. Serial was my first foray into podcasting. I'm a comedic actor. But you guys talk like how I talk with my girlfriends. And I think that that's what makes it's so good, because it's not edited. It's not like all prim and proper. It's okay, so he had one wife missing and then another wife is missing and he's the last one standing. Maybe it's him. He might have done it. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Common denominators.
The police will still say she ran off with did she have a boyfriend and run off with him? No.
But her mascara is still in the bathroom.
What are we doing? She left her kids, she left her purse, and we all know we're not leaving anywhere without our things. We're going to take our monies.
It's funny, Alicia, because you say like that's how you talk to girlfriends, but your guys' humor also, I would say, translates over to men, because it's so funny. And again, you're very crass and you're just to the point, and that's why I loved it. The self-deprecating humor though, like, cracks me up so much in these episodes, because you guys will do a good 30 minutes of just banter between yourselves, talking about things in life, what makes you happy, craziness, and I think that is the funniest part. Normally, I would fast forward through that to get to the true crime, but I'm like, no, there's too much gold within that first 20, 30 minutes that I'm like, I can't fast forward. I don't know. I just, are you guys getting a lot of feedback from your audience being like, that is the most relatable part?
That is what they say. It is very strange to just be, we just started this. I mean, really, it's just, we didn't know if anyone would listen at all, but we just thought, okay, let's try it. We can maybe do this, or for fun, is something to do. I mean, in Minnesota, I just needed something to do. And having people listen and respond, and then will send us messages of they've seen that show, or, my taste in shows is so opposite of hers, and she hates everything I like, and He-Man or whatever. And I've gotten so many Netflix He-Man things, and I'm like, oh,
I never know what she's talking about, but people love it. And yeah, and they laugh at our favorite music and relate to it. And when you ripped apart Beauty and the Beast, people were dying. They were like, why are they wearing Renaissance clothes underground? I mean, like,
there was parts that I'm like, I can't believe I'm laughing at this, but this is hilarious stuff. Like,
you know what it is? It's the conversations that they're saying out loud what we say to ourselves or to our friends. Like, that's what makes it very relatable. And I think what makes it appealing to me, more specifically just as a woman, is just how unabashed they are and how you ladies are in speaking in talking about your opinion, right? It reminds me of the show. I did the show on MTV called Girl Code and Guy Code, and it was probably one of the most freeing shows I ever did, because we do care about does size matter? Yes, it does. You know, and all of these other things, because people look at women like we're supposed to be just all demure and prim and proper. It's like, no, like, he's a freaking idiot. I have to edit myself. You don't. But he's a freaking idiot. Like, why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we say that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like we said, we have 5 marriages between us. We've made these terrible mistakes. We, you know,
I have to do the math.
We know a total dumbass when we see it because we married.
But yet we're still drawn to them. I don't know.
But life's too short to, you know, pretend. Really is. You know, you just have to be yourself and
we're
go
also
with it.
Our real life jobs at the deodorant factory. We're censoring ourselves all the time.
Right.
Like the running commentary in our head is just
foul.
It's very foul. But so this is the time when we can let it go. And we're best friends. We've been best friends forever. So that banter is real. We never script anything. We just sit down and talk, and we try not to talk about things before we actually record so that it's genuine and real. And so when I'm cackling, it's true. Like, I'm peeing my pants cackling. I've been doing it for 15 years. She's the funniest person on earth. Yeah.
So we literally write it when it comes out of our mouth. So
what do you guys feel like is the funniest episode you've recorded? That, like, if someone is going to check you out, that this is the episode, your golden episode to send people to?
Well, she asked me that, and I have one. It's called Double Mustache Wedding, because the wife's mustache was bigger and more full than the husband's. And I couldn't get past it. Really could not get past it, because I thought she must not have any friends to say, hun, you know, you got to do something here. You have a full dark mustache.
With waxing.
Tom Selleck.
Bleaching.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm telling you, this podcast is so funny. I can't recommend this podcast enough. It is so good. What podcasts are you guys listening to? Because I'm assuming your sense of humor is like mine. So I got to imagine whatever you're listening to, I would want to listen to.
Well, ones that are similar to ours that we have loved for a long time, A Date with Dateline. So these two girls watch Dateline. They're set in LA and do kind of the same thing, comment on, you know, the red flags that were there forever. In Small Town Murder, these two guys from Arizona who are comedians and are hilarious. We saw them live. And we're in heaven watching them. But then I like straight true crime. Case File was actually, I think, our first that's from Australia, and that's a big one. But I think we became really hooked on Case File. There was an episode right in the beginning about Catherine Knight, who is the woman who literally skinned her husband and hung it up, and police officers thought it was a shower curtain and it was a skin.
Oh my God.
And this is what we used to do, like, on our girl weekends.
Yeah.
So we would drive up to Duluth or whatever, and we'd put on Case File, and then we would just scream in the car, like, you idiot! What are you doing? And so, I mean, that's how it started. Yeah.
Do you ladies have any plans to take this show on the road so we can get this energy in person, or do I have to come to Minnesota and invite myself out to dinner with the two of you? What are we doing?
Well, you can come to Minnesota anytime you want.
Come on
we don't have much.
God, it sucks here.
Start talking with a Minnesota accent, and your friends will be concerned.
We would love to.
Yeah.
We're just like, right now we just hopefully, we're hoping that it will grow and spread and that we can get to a place. I saw My Favorite Murder live a few years ago, and it was like, right, like, oh, this is what I want to be. God, I want to be Georgia and Karen so bad. We would love to, but yeah, we're just moms and teachers and yeah.